So, welcome to all the panel experts who are part of this panel discussion. So, this is a series of panel discussions which we have been conducting across all the branches of engineering to give an awareness about the branch prospects as well as the job prospects. So, in this context, today we have the panel discussion related to the Department of Automobile Engineering. So, the panel discussion is basically on the career opportunities in automobile engineering with a sustainable future, that is automobility. So, in this panel discussion, we do have Dr. T. Srinivasrao Garu, who is the professor and head of the department, and he is heading the department since 2010. So, he has graduated from KITS Warangal and did his master's and PhD from JNTU Anantapur. So, besides being a good teacher, he motivates the students to build the vehicles and participate in various competitions organized by the Society of Automobile Engineering. So he has published more than 20 papers in various international journals and conferences. So welcome Srinivas Rao sir to this panel discussion.
Thank you, madam.
Sir, so let me start off with you related to this topic of career opportunities in automobile engineering and a sustainable future automobility. Sir, I would like to hear out from you what is the future of automobile industry and what do you think are the core strengths of your AE branch in VNR? So let us start off with that.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, good morning, one and all. So, in the recent times, so whoever comes to the department for admission, so generally they come with the questions. So, nowadays, majority of the seats are with computer science and allied branches. So, every parent and student is interested to choose computer science, and they come with the question which is better, is it automobile or CSE? But just like that, we cannot say that either CSE is better or automotive is better. But I would like to say that it all depends on the aptitude, that is natural ability of the student. So the same branch may not be suitable for all the students. So depending on their natural ability, it may be like automobile is suitable for some of the students. And first of all, we should find out their ability. So then, but one thing I can say that automotive industry is highly versatile and exciting. This is what I can say about this. And there are variety of job opportunities for automobile engineers, like quality testing engineer. These engineers are responsible for testing every component of the vehicle. And automotive designer jobs are there. Automotive design is a highly specialized field that incorporates various types of engineering, safety, business, and creativity. And there is another job like process engineer. These professionals are responsible for designing, implementing, and controlling of industrial processes. So actually, because of lack of professionals, automotive professionals, so engineers with the different backgrounds are coming into automotive sector. So there is when it comes to the salary, so students, parents ask another question: what about the salary package? So here I would like to say that when it comes to the salary, initially IT companies may be offering higher packages compared to the core sector. But definitely I can say that after acquiring reasonable experience, the salaries in core sector are at par with IT or even higher. The person with more experience is precious and asset to the automotive company, but the situation may not be same with IT industry. So here the persons with higher salary are at risk in IT sector, but whereas in automotive it is not the case. So coming to the automobile production in India, here about 22 millions of vehicles are produced every year. That is about 2 crores 20 lakhs. This is about 22 millions of vehicles are produced in India, out of which 17 millions of vehicles are sold in India and remaining 5 millions are exported. The size of the automotive industry in India right now is 7.5 lakh crores, out of which 3 crores are exports. And according to the Union Minister for Road Transport and Highways, Nitin Gadkari, the turnover of Indian auto industry will become 15 lakh crores within next 5 years. This is the volume of the automotive industry in India. And ours is the fourth largest automotive industry in the world. And coming to the advantage for automotive industry, growing demand. So say if you take 20 years back, having automobile is a luxury, but now it has become necessary. Even for middle class and lower middle class, they are trying to purchase either four-wheeler or two-wheeler. And there is rising investment in this automotive sector in India, both foreign as well as domestic. And government is also supporting this automotive industry. There is a separate section for automotive sector in Niti Aayog. What are the incentives offered to this automotive industry? So with all these above favorable factors, I can confidently say that the budding automotive engineers have great future. Coming to the Department of Automobile Engineering at VNRVJIET, we have 17 doctoral faculty. We have 17 dedicated faculty, out of which 6 are doctorates and remaining are at different stages of their research. So our faculty specialization includes automotive, thermal, manufacturing and design. Coming to the infrastructure, we have 8 dedicated laboratories for automotive branch. We have CAD laboratory where we have all advanced softwares. There are 75 dedicated systems, high-end systems for automobile branch alone. And we have vehicle maintenance and testing laboratory. We have automobile engineering laboratory, that is automotive chassis laboratory, vehicle dynamics laboratory. We have automotive engines laboratory, including computerized test rigs. And we have automotive electronics and electrical laboratory, that is autotronics. These are all curriculum laboratories. There is one non-curriculum laboratory that is called SAE laboratory. SAE stands for Society of Automotive Engineers. So here there is a dedicated laboratory for the students to design, fabricate and test the vehicles to participate in various competitions conducted by SAE. Like Baha SAE. Baha is the competition for the students. This is all-terrain vehicle. And similarly, Supra also our students do participate. This is Formula type vehicle and they do participate in go-kart. So whatever is the competition organized by SAE, our students do participate. We have exclusive facility for the students to build the vehicles. These are the specialities of the Department of Automobile Engineering at VNRVJIET. So some of our students graduated from this branch are doing good both in India as well as abroad. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for telling us about your automotive industry and how it is growing day by day, and further down the line, how the opportunities are going to increase for an automobile engineer. As well as you also have told us about the strengths of your department, and I think the automobile students, whoever are working on these vehicles, are also it's a quite an interesting thing on the campus also for other branches, so they do keep peeking in into what these automobile engineers are doing at any point of time. So it's a very interesting branch. So next I would like to call on Dr. Amjad sir, who is the senior faculty in the department. He's a professor in the department with more than 22 years of teaching and research experience. So he has been there with VNR since 2014, and he has more than published more than 22 publications, which had more than 600 citations. So he has completed several sponsored projects, testing, and consultancies also. He has delivered more than 25 invited talks at various platforms and gave training to various automotive industry personals also. Sir, to you, I would like to quote from Forbes, which said that automotive companies need to innovate and develop solutions quickly in order to react fast to changing customer needs and market opportunities. So, this was the thing which was given in Forbes magazine. So, I just want to ask you in this context, how do you ensure that innovation is part or is integrated part of your branch? On that note, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, all. Yeah, as you said, automotive industry is a shifting gear, madam. This global disruption, technological advances, and changing customer behaviors are affecting the automotive industry. Earlier, the traditional business model is designing, manufacturing, selling, servicing, and financing of the vehicles. Now, the industry has changed this trend. So, automotive industry long has invested in innovations in design and manufacturing, and over the recent years, so they invested heavily in the new future mobility and racing towards sustainability, including the electric and hybrid vehicles, connected and autonomous cars, mobility, sharing, onboard sensors, new business models, etc. These are the new trend is going in automobiles. So in VNR VJIT, the automobile engineering program curriculum is framed based to meet this industrial as well as societal needs, and this curriculum is reviewed once in 2 or 3 years. So for curriculum updates, generally will seek the participation of industry personnel, academician as well as alumni also, and this curriculum maintains a balance in the composition of the basic sciences, engineering sciences, humanities and management sciences, program course, open electives, program electives, internships, project works, like this. So along with this soft skills and life skills, whatever we taught during the curriculum, so the curriculum also incorporates the advanced courses like related to the automobile, few like electric and hybrid vehicles, advanced driver assistance system, ADAS, fuel cells, connected and autonomous cars, vehicle dynamics. These are the some few courses which are they are dealing respect to the automobile, other than the mechanical common courses what they studied. And other than this, programming skills also improved by adding the courses like programming through C, data structures through C, Python programming, and even in the next curriculum, we are planning to add data analytics for the automotive students also. So in VNR VJIT, the courses are interdisciplinary in nature, offered to all the students. So in addition, we have BTech degree with a minor in emerging areas like artificial intelligence in machine learning, cyber security, data science, Internet of Things. These are some these minor programs will be VNR offered, and the students they can choose these minor courses along with the core courses like automobile and minor in artificial intelligence, or automobile minor in cyber security. Like that, they can have the degree. So along with the classroom knowledge, hands-on practice in the laboratories, students of automobile engineering are encouraged to participate in intra and inter-college events, and they are also given proficiency in by certificate courses conducted by the department, and they are doing the course-based projects and major projects and all these things. So for automobile students, especially as mentioned by the Dr. Srinivas Rao, sir, Society of Automobile Engineers (SAE) regularly organizes these various national and international events like SAE Baha, SAE Supra, FE Cycle, Aero Design, Tractor Design, even electric two-wheeler design, like that. So these automobile students participate in these competitive events, and this is a real platform to test their engineering skills and refine them by learning from their little mistakes actually. So automobile engineering is filled with generally automobile engineering field that field combines with the science, technology, ideas, creativity, and innovation. So the students of automobile engineering at VNRVJIT has been part of these innovations by publishing the patents and research papers, and development of some interdisciplinary societal impact projects like to give an example. So they are develop electric microcar. They developed a plug-in hybrid bike. So they developed a low-cost 3D metal printers, and they developed a foldable electric bike, and they developed a electric bike, and even tricycle for physically challenged people, and they developed some solar car, and they are doing some research even in the composite materials, fuel cells, alternate fuels, 3D printing, and machining properties of different materials. So these are the various areas where the students are getting working, and publishing, and patents are also getting published. And so they are moving along with the industry trends and present needs of the automotive, as well as societal needs at present. So at VNR VJT, students are more or less ready to serve industry as well as society. That's my opinion, madam. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you for telling us about the minor degrees and all the vehicles that your students have been developing. I think the culture of this has been clearly witnessed in the campus when you're talking about electrical foldable bikes and all those things. So we were
Yes.
also interested in looking at what these people are designing. So that was the curiosity which we have, automobile students have arised in the other branches also. And coming to the minor degree programs, I think yes, AML and all these things. I think a few of the students from automobile engineering have also published papers related to their branch, what you call collaboration with AI and all these things. So very nice to hear about that, sir. So next, I would like to ask Aarti ma'am. Aarti Rajgopal is assistant manager from Renault Nissan. She's an assistant manager at Renault Nissan Technology and Business Center India, Chennai. She has worked around 3 years at Geometric Bangalore and 2 years at Mahindra System Bangalore. She has achieved Explorer Award for Communicator Integration in Innovia and Dyer Award for Excellent Contribution for Technical Product Deliveries. So it's a great honor for us to have you here, ma'am, today among us in this panel discussion.
It's a
So,
honor
ma'am,
too. Thank you.
yeah. So driving the change, women in automotive industry, an initiative taken up by Nissan, or the pink collars by Mahindra and Mahindra. So all these are basically emphasizing on bringing a diversity into the workforce, especially the women in the automobile industry. So I just want to know from your end. First thing is, what can you tell to the students who are aspiring to join automobile engineering? And then next question, what is the skill set that the industry is expecting from automobile engineers? So that is what I wanted to ask you, ma'am.
Yes. Firstly, let's talk about the diversity across the globe. Diversity is the thing today these days. It's like not just gender diversity; they are looking into ethnic diversity too. So anyone can go into any field and they can contribute whatever is possible by them. So the world is slowly breaking all the barriers for everyone. The key point with respect to automobile and mechanical industries, it has been traditionally assumed as a men's domain where women could not contribute. So that was the traditional assumption. Now, since the barrier is breaking, women have more opportunities in this domain. When compared to men who are dominating the industry, since there is a stress for diversity, women there is a high possibility for women to get more opportunities in these domains because it's unexplored by women. And at least 30%, if they have to fill women, of course they need women resources into the field. So ladies out there, please try this field. It's very interesting. Apart from how can I say, apart from getting a job and all, it's a very interesting field. You will be mesmerized and hooked into this field. So my point is, please try learning automobile or mechanical. Try it. You will understand it. You will love it, and you will be able to contribute more. So that is with respect to diversity. It's not just with respect to the women folk. It's like even the males, even the men. You can join anywhere across the world. With respect to the ethnic diversity, you can join anywhere across the world. Everyone has good opportunities in this field. So that is with respect to diversity. And the second point is, what are all the skills? The first skill is curiosity. The company expects you to be very curious about what is happening around you and what is happening in the company, and where is the gap and where can you pitch in and where can you contribute. You should always have that kind of attitude towards your work. With that, you can always grow. So life skill is the first skill. And apart from that, technology wise, if you see, we are all like electric car is the niche these days. So in across companies, everybody is doing R&D with respect to electric cars. How can I effectively how can I increase the efficiency of electric cars? How can I bring them in par with the petrol diesel cars? So that is the thing now. So R&D, it's full R&D. So if you want me to name a few technology that is related to that is expected from the employees, then it will be like, if you have IoTs, yes. In my company, they are morely focusing into data science and machine learning, AI, all those fields they are exploring now. So they are moving towards that. And with respect to the way of work, if you know Agile and Scrum, it will be better for you. Thank you all. Thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for emphasizing on the diversity aspect and also giving us an insight into what are the things that automobile industry is looking for. Now, since you have put up the context, so let me call upon Dr. GLV Prasad sir, who is an assistant professor in the department and has been having 20 years of teaching experience. So his research areas are IC engines, alternate fuels, and advanced driver systems. So, sir is a placement coordinator for the department. So, sir, so just now we have heard Aarti ma'am, what are the skill sets that are required? So previously it was more of engineering aspect, which was driving the automobile industry. But now the acquisition of software skills is also pretty much required in order to add up, give some value addition to the automobile chain. So I would like to ask you, how are you training up your automobile students so that they gear up to the industry needs? And also related to the placement statistics of automobile engineering in VNR, can you share the details relating to that also?
Yes, madam. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Actually, earlier, for example, car is a mechanical thing. Only we are using a mechanical, just like that. Nowadays, car is not a complete mechanical thing. There are a lot of control systems and processor we are using. And nowadays, we are going for even for autonomous vehicle also. So to integrate all those things, a software is required. So we need to develop a good software for that. So whoever going to work in automotive industry, they require a coding skills. Okay, so earlier, only who can do the programming, they are preferred. Nowadays, what is happening, students who can learn, who adopted that coding skills, they are absorbing. So what we are doing is our automobile students, we are training on the software skills. So like Python and machine learning, AIML and all those things. So from the first year onwards, we are giving the training for the students, whatever the required skills. Okay, so we are focusing majorly on the industry specific training. So for example, so TCS, they are working on embedded systems, autonomous vehicles and all. Okay, so there are so many other companies like ZF and all, they are also working on autonomous. So they are recruiting automobile students who can do the coding skills. So for this, we are keeping in mind that we are encouraging the students towards learning the programming softwares and all. And uh, and one more thing, so students are selecting through so various through various technical events also. Students are participating SAE events. So students who are participating in that events, they are absorbing in the events itself. Companies are like Mahindra and Mahindra, they are coming to the where the events is happening. So there they are conducting the interviews and they are selecting the student. So we are encouraging more number of students to participate in the technical events. And nowadays companies are expecting to students to do readily industry requirement. So for that we are offering so many internships to the students. So students already before they passed out, so they are doing the internships and they are acquiring the skills required to work in the industry. So that is how we are planning to make the students ready to work in the industry and to place the more number of students, man. And if we look at the placement statistics, so most of the students who are so they are placing most of the students, 80% of the students who got the acquired the skill sets, they are placing. So here this is the slide what we are presenting here. So every year from here, last 3 years statistics I have presented. So every year good number of students are placed, and also some of the students, they are going for higher studies also. So like USA, Germany and all, good number of students are going for the postgraduate program, and they are completing their masters and they are working there itself. So that is the opportunities for the automobile engineering students. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for telling us about the trainings that you are offering to the students and also the placement statistics which you have displayed on the screen for the last 3 years. So I think it's going good in a progressive way. I see that the automobile engineers or the automobile students have been able to crack into the core industries and also as well as in the software industries also. So thank you on that note, sir. So next, I would like to invite our alumni of the department, Samir Chaudhary Gadam, who is also a solutions engineer at Aptive, Michigan, US. So he has done his BTech from VNR and also he has done his MS from in mechanical engineering from University of Michigan. So he has worked for Isuzu North America also. So Samir, so since you are a student of our college, so like to hear out from you also. So how do you think this automobile engineering branch has helped you in your career, and what are the scope of getting good papers in this particular industry?
Right. Hello, everyone, and thank you, Kanti, Sudha ma'am. Um, so I would just like to reflect on what our HOD sir has said and what our Amjad sir has said about all the new courses which are being offered in our automotive department. So a quick short story. So once I cleared my MSET, I was very much interested in automotive domain. So I was just going through all the different colleges and universities in and around Hyderabad, which are offering automotive courses and automotive as bachelors. So among all the research I've done back then, it was about um, I think 7 years ago. VNR was like the top of my list. VNR was providing a very good automotive courses. I saw the labs which they had. I saw all the facilities, the infrastructures, the faculty. So it stood out as the best college for me to do automotive engineering in, which is why I had elected this university. And then once I got in, and it was obviously it turned out to be a very good choice. It was the perfect choice for me. So there was a lot of depth as well as breadth offered by this college, I would say. And along with the courses, which you might be aware of, all the new courses which Amjad sir has mentioned and which our Prasad sir has mentioned. Apart from those, there are also very good, fantastic laboratory facilities. So we were actually working on a car, which I guess which was shown before for FSAE. It's Formula Student. It's a Formula car which we have developed for different, and it involves a lot of components, right? There's engine, there's transmission, there's drivetrain, there's suspension, there's vehicle dynamics, there's braking. So we've gone ahead and developed all of this, and which I think which gave me a very good exposure to all the different components and features of a vehicle. So that really in gave me all the domain knowledge required in the field of automotive engineering. And then using this domain knowledge which I acquired over my bachelor's course, I went on to do my master's. I did get a job as well. I was able to secure a job thanks to our automobile department as well as our placement department. It was a job in Tata AIG, and they offered a very good package as well. It was on par with the other companies like Infosys, TCS, and which were offered to software engineers in our college. It was pretty much on par and it was better in most cases. But since my mindset was always geared towards US, I elected to go to my master's and get my master's in US. And coming to US, I learned a lot of the new skills which are needed in helping the automotive industry transform to this into a digital age. So a lot of something which our faculty has mentioned before, a lot of coding, a lot of data analysis, lot of new technology development. So this is something which I've acquired with the help of my domain knowledge from my bachelor's. And I've managed to secure an internship at Ishizu, and then now I'm working in Aptiv as a solutions engineer. So what I would like to emphasize here is that the work I do right now is basically analyzing data from automotives. Let it be for ADAS or autonomous vehicles or electric vehicles. I analyze data, I develop new features, I validate these features, and then if there are any issues, I give feedback as to the corrective actions we can do to improve these features or to fix these features. And the work I do is not something which a software engineer can do for sure, because it involves domain knowledge, right? So there's not something which a software engineer can do, and only something which an automotive engineer can do. And so I would say that VNR has provided me everything necessary to give me a very good platform to be at the very top of this field and explore and get international exposure as well as experience. So this shows the base salary. since the question was about pay perks, at the end of the day, we all need money. So this is something which, and we're all engineers. So we need data, we need statistics to prove what we're talking about. So here's some data. And under the US column, we can see the individual base income for and the percentiles, right? So these are across all experiences for automotive engineers. So there's all age groups and everything. So you can see that on average, the automotive salary is around 100 to 125 thousand dollars, and that is equivalent to like 1 crore, right? So that's a amazing salary in the US. That really puts you at the top 10% of the US population in terms of income. So that's outstanding, and that's something which that's a group which I'm exceeding right now as it is. So I really think there's a lot of opportunity for engineers here in the US, and especially automotive engineers. Ford, GM, and the other OEM companies in US and elsewhere have invested close to $500 billion already. So that's 500 billion in terms of automotive development. So there's a lot of money flowing in, and there's right now is the best time to be in automotive engineering, is what I would say. And there's also a column for international income. You can see that that is a little bit less, probably affected by the developing countries, but it is still very good, I would say. And it is still on par with a lot of other domain in those international countries. But really, I think if you really want to be a outstanding, and if you want to be at the creamy layer, I would say US is your go-to. And there's also opportunities in Canada, Australia, Germany. These are some other countries which are equally good or on par with them. So I think that's about the pay. And yeah,
Thank you, Samir. I think you have laid quite an emphasis on the aspects related to automobile engineering, and also in the context of how your base knowledge which you have acquired in your BTech has helped you or in your career too. Thank you on that note. So next, I would like to also bring upon another alumni of ours, who is Kavya Shri, she's also an automotive engineer. She is an electromechanical designer at Simple Energy Private Limited, Bangalore. She has worked as graduate apprentice trainee at Skoda Auto Volkswagen India Private Limited, Aurangabad plant. She has earned her BTech from Automobile Engineering in VNR and has got MS admission in automotive engineering at RWTH Aachen University, Germany. So Kavya, on the same note, what Samir has told, I would just like to ask you. So how did you land up being a girl in automobile engineering,
Yes.
as well as I would like to know what are the best things that you remember about your college life.
Uh, Good morning, one and all. Uh, Coming to the question you have asked, I think it's many of the female students have the fear of joining this branch being noted as a male dominant branch. But as far as my experience is concerned, I joined automotive engineering and I didn't see any sort of differentiation or any sort of uh, awkward feeling, to be honest. It's just you being an engineer is more important than the gender or any other uh, factor. So my experience in the college was, I was touchwood to all, I mean, I was grateful for all the faculty and HOD sir for letting me participate in various national competitions, inter-department competitions. I was always involved with other departments, doing projects with them, and all the faculty and the department supported me throughout my 4 years, and I'm very, very grateful to them for that. And my, I would say, being my first experience in an complete automotive plant was quite challenging because I was the only female woman working in the shop floor, and it is quite scary for women to suddenly get into an exposure where there is literally no women on the shop floor and you have to deal with all of the technicians, the groundwork, or the workforce on the ground floor, shop floor, was a little challenging. But I think once you have the confidence and the knowledge you gain, I think I don't see that gender is a factor to be afraid of. At least I didn't feel I was conveniently doing all my work, discussing, implementing projects, having ideas. You just have to have the confidence and the skills that you learn from your graduation that helps you understand what the industry is like. And yes, there is now, because of the diversity factor, there are a lot of opportunities for women as well. And I would encourage women to take this department, because there are different domains in the entire automotive field that you can choose as per your convenience and as per your availability. Because it's not, as they say, it's not, nowadays there's no labor work or requires a lot of physical strength, if that is what the fear is. Everything is automated, everything works on systems and computers. You just have to have the knowledge of basic softwares, which will help you land up good roles in the automotive industry. So I was in Skoda Auto Aurangabad plant for 1 year. And the department, it's a different experience altogether, because whatever you learn for the 4 years of your curriculum is not exactly, after once you go to industry, it is something different with a bits of knowledge you learn from the BTech course. So again, as Aarti ma'am has mentioned, you should have the curiosity to learn new things and start your way into the department. My second experience was in a startup. I would suggest people who want to have a proper in-depth, what do you call, experience to apply for startups or approach startups, because they do not have any boundaries. You will be you will be given a lot of responsibility as an individual, and you will be dealing with a lot of things by yourself, and it helps you learn and grow a lot better than anything else. At least that's what I understood. To be honest, my designing skills or my design experience in any platform or being a product designer has amped a lot being in a startup. So I suggest all the students, upcoming students, or who are is currently graduating from the colleges, to approach startups, because the sense of responsibility you'll be given as the engineer is a lot more than in an MNC, because in MNCs you don't get to do modifications as you like. So, and again, I don't think gender is a thing, and gender has no uh, factor in this department or in this field. And I don't think that should be a fear for anyone. I have a live example for that, because I didn't feel anything. Department is very supportive in our college, and it's really a blessing for any female student, to be honest, as a part of this discussion, to have any sort of fear to take this department as a career choice. So yeah, I think and I had a lot of experiences, because I was participating in very various competitions, national and state, regional and national wide competitions. So I had fun. I enjoyed my 4 years. The department has beautiful laboratories to just go out there and explore your interests and understand which exact domain you want to take up in future. So my 4 years was a great journey, and I'm very blessed to take that department, to be honest. So yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for this opportunity
yeah.
to share.
Thank you, Kavya. I think it was very nice to hear out from you all your experiences, especially. And I do think that all the students, or especially the girl students, after hearing out to Aarti and Kavya, definitely will not have any kind of doubts in their mind to think about automobile engineering also. Uh, so, anything else which you would like to add upon, Aarti ma'am? So, I think she wants to present something.
Yes, sir. I just want to give a small, since everybody, I mean, who are going to join into automobile and mechanical departments, I just want to give a sneak peek into how their journey will be. I've just touched upon the very important points. It's not very, due to the time constraint. If they can take up these points and they can research on their own and they can find their own field. So what are all the strengths? The industry is evolving. It's constantly evolving. If you see the vehicles that we were using 10 years back, forget about 10 years, 5 years back, and now if you see the difference, there are lots of R&D into it, and there are lots of features, new features that are introduced into the automobiles. So the industry has large scope for evolving. Like previously, if you have to own a car, as somebody mentioned, you have to be rich, but now it has penetrated into middle class families also. Lower middle class families also are able to afford two-wheelers and four-wheelers these days. So it's a constantly evolving industry, so you don't have to worry about like will my field diminish after some time. So if you have the willingness to learn, to evolve yourself, you don't have any problem at all. The industry is at your will, at your hands. So that is a major strength of this industry. And now we are like into the electric, as I mentioned before, and we also have ample of scopes in developing nations. So these are the strengths of this industry. And the weakness is as we are going into developing nations, of course there will be like bargaining, uh, especially with Indians. The first question will be how much will it cost, how much mileage will it give. So that will be the first question. So we have to we have to adapt ourselves according to the culture of the country, or according to the culture of the area that we are going to establish our organization. I can give a small example with respect to Renault. If you see the recent cars, they are all for middle class families. Like they are all segmented into segmented. This middle class family segment is the major area where we can sell more automobiles. So that is where the focus is currently now, especially with respect to India. And every other government have their own different regulations, and since this is a public forum, with respect to government regulations, most of the automobile companies, they always have issues with getting permissions and so many things. So that is one of the weakness that we can consider with respect to automobile industry. And high employee turnover is also there. It's very difficult to get and retain the employees. So that is another weakness. And if you see the opportunities, um, the focus is, yes, is the fuel rate these days, it's going rocket high. So so the fuel efficient vehicles is a thing now. And also this is one of the major reason why we are going into electric cars. One is fuel efficient, and another one is eco-friendly. So that is where our opportunity lies now. The current trending in automobile industry is fuel efficient vehicles only. And we also, as customers, we are evolving. Our taste evolves. So according to our lifestyle and taste, we have to put research, and we have to like we can evolve as automobile industry also keeps evolving with our lifestyle and taste. So these are all the opportunities. So the market also expands. So these are all the opportunities for our automobile industry. And the threats is rising competitions now, with Tesla as an example, best example, and other companies. It's like the competition is very high. It's like even you guys, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can also start your own company, and you can also like there is a lot of scope. So the competition is rising day by day. And economy, as you know, these days the inflation is high, and the economy is very sluggish. So that is one of the threats for our automobile industry. And fuel prices are also a big threat. They are also considered a big threat for our industry. So this is a SWOT analysis for our automobile industry. Next slide, please. Yes. So what next? Now we have done BE. What next? What kind of career can we pursue? There are lots of opportunities. It all depends on your interest. As I said, life skill is the first skill for anybody. So if we know what we want in our life, if we are clear about the career path, or if we know what is our passion and what exactly we have to pursue, and there are lots of opportunities, there are a lot of gateways. It's not like oh, I have completed this but I'm not able to do this, I'm not able. No, you have to find a way. It's your attitude that brings things into your life. So after BE, the first thing is you can all become a scientist, great scientist. So you can do MS, ME, like Samit, you can do higher studies in US or Europe or any country, and you can also do ME in our in India itself, or anything. And you can also go into management. You have MBA and PGDM, so you can also pursue management careers. And with respect to occupational, okay, I've studied automobile, but it's like 50-50. It's not my interest area, or I studied because of my parental pressure, and whatever the scenario is, you have other scope also. Other scopes being investment banking, the digital marketing, IoT. It again comes into automobile. So it comes into automobile itself. And you can study language in the sense, not French or German or those things. It's like Java, or if you want to shift to software domain, you can always study a language and you can always get placed. Software is a very welcoming area. So anybody, even I'm an electrical engineer, but I've been doing coding only for the all 12 years of experience that I have. So software is a welcoming field, so you can always study software. And apart from that, as soon as you complete your engineering, we complete our engineering, we have to enroll in employment exchange. That way we can get government opportunities in our way. Okay, if you don't have any interest in higher studies, you can always register in employment exchange to get a government opportunity. It's like once you register, you will get a 1 year of apprenticeship in from through government, and after that, as and when the opening falls, you'll be placed into any of the government jobs. So that is the path there. Or you can write the exams by companies like Bell, Air India, or Oil India. So all these type of companies, they always have if they have an opening, they'll conduct exams, and we can go write those exams and get into those kind of organizations. Entrepreneurship, no, I don't want to work under somebody. I want to be my own boss. So there is lots of scope for entrepreneurship. Kindly go and check what is MSME, what is Startup India, what are they providing. It's like especially Startup India is too good. They'll give you end-to-end guidance. If you have an idea, okay, this is my idea, this is the business I want to do. You don't it's not supposed to be a major thing like I want to create a car or something. It's like okay, for the fuel efficiency, I have designed this part, I'm just providing this part, and I'm going to tie up with all these other companies. If you have such idea, and if you start your own company, the Startup India is a place where you'll get end-to-end guidance. They have mentors, and there are so many other programs, so you can always explore that. And apart from that, if you want private jobs, there are so many private companies. In that, if you want to go into your core domain, you have a lots of options. Maruti, Ford, Renault, TVS, so many options. You can like Google core companies, core automobile companies, and directly go into their website and directly upload your resume. That will give you more chance. It's like it will give you a better opportunity. Okay, not just automobile company, there are so many spare parts manufacturing companies like Valio, SKF, so many things are there. So you can look into that that those kind of companies also. And apart from that, as I said, software is a very welcoming field. You can go into service based companies like TCS, CTS, Infosys, and the list goes on. And no, I am not interested in any of these things. I want to serve my nation. If you have that kind of attitude, you have merchant navy, armed forces exams where you'll get an officer grade. And officer grade is like you'll be an engineer in the Navy or Army. You don't have to take a gun and go and shoot people, but you'll be serving the the engineering session in our Army and Navy. You can, if you're interested, there are so many coaching classes, SSC coaching, so many coaching classes are out there. You can join them, you can prepare yourself, and you can serve our nation that way. And apart from that, you can also serve our nation by writing UPSC, TSPSC, that is in Telangana, and IES, Indian Engineering Service. So you can do all these kind of competitive exams, and you can look into the future. These are not the only options. These are some of the options that I am pointing out. You have so many options out there. You can always pursue your heart. Please pursue your heart. And these are all the I hope, ma'am, I hope this PPT is circulated to among all the participants, because
Definitely.
yes, thank you, ma'am. Because I have provided the links. Like LinkedIn is where you fish your job. It's like you can directly connect to anybody in any company. It's a very professional environment. Even in LinkedIn, I myself personally I've been contacted by many people to their resume, whose resume I have forwarded to my company, and they schedule interviews. So LinkedIn is a great platform. Please don't misusing that. Apart from that, if you want to know about any company or anything, you can go and check in Glassdoor. They give reviews from employee perspective, not from employer perspective. From employee perspective, they'll give reviews in Glassdoor, so you can get to know about the companies. And NSE is a portal where you get good knowledge on the government jobs. You can apply for any government job in NSE, and there are so many other portals. And if you want to know about the government exams that are conducted, ma'am, could you, yes, thank you. This Byju's, this special, I love this site, because this is like one screen. You will get all the information about all the upcoming government exams, and they'll coach you also. But at least the information on what kind of government exam is going to come and what can I give, that information is given in this Byju's link. So please check that out too. And next slide, ma'am, please. So yes, this was with respect to the gender diversity. I was requested, please. So this was it's like as I said previously, the women, they have this traditional mindset that, okay, this is not for me, this is heavy lifting, so only the men can do. No, no, this is not heavy lifting anymore, because these days everything is done by machinery. So the machinery does the heavy lifting. What we have to do is we have to use our brains. So yes, women can always get into this field, and they'll be much interested in what is happening. And Kavya Shri is a best example for that. So yes, and the next slide, please. And thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. And have a really wonderful journey, because you have a very interesting journey ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am. It was really interesting to go through your slides. A lot of information you have given, especially to the branch aspect and also to the based on the gender aspect also. Thank you for sharing it with us. We'll definitely put it across to the parents also. So I think there are a few questions in the chat box which Samir and Kavya have actually, I think, answered them. And I do think it has answered their queries pretty well. So, any other questions which the parents want to ask, they can just put forth their questions, unmute themselves, and they can ask the questions. Or even you can type in the chat box, or all the experts related are available to you. So, please make an efficient use of it. Also, this recording of this session will be available on our YouTube channel. So, anyone who wants to view it at a later point also can please go through our VNR YouTube channel to find this recording. Thanks to all the panel members who have spared the time.
There is one last question. So there is some Sam has posed one question. Can someone answer this?
Yeah, I think this question is already been answered by Samir, I guess.
Samir, okay, second time it is
Yeah, I
being
can.
asked.
I can take it, and I can answer it again if needed. So I think robotics is like a very broad field, right? So there could be like drones. Drones are robots. Autonomous vehicles, they're robots. And even the normal robots which we have in mind, even they are robots. So it's a very broad field. So depending on your end goal as to what kind of robotics you want to pursue, I guess this question could be more specific. But otherwise, if you're referring to ADAS, autonomous vehicles kind of robotics, then I would say automotive engineering is the most preferred field, because at the end of the day, it's an automobile, right? So it involves vehicle dynamics, it involves braking, it involves acceleration, it involves steering. So you need a lot of domain knowledge in vehicle dynamics and all of these concepts. And on top of these concepts, you can then have your advanced coding skills as well as machine learning skills to um, to go with to go together, right? That's when they work best. So a combination of these. So for ADAS, I would say automotive engineering. Whereas if you're talking about drones or something which like the United States Army uses, things like drones, or Indian Army uses like missiles. For that, I guess aerospace would be more suitable. So really depends on the kind of robotics we're referring to.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
I think that answers Sam's question also, I guess. So thanks to all the parents and students who have joined this session, and thanks to all the panel members who have spared their valuable time to be part of this panel discussion and what you call give a better view or better perspective about the automobile branch also. Thank you all, one and all. So if there are no questions, I think I can close the session.
So 1 second, madam. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Aarti, Samir, Kavya, and our internal faculty, Dr. Amjad, Prasad, and especially our coordinators. Kansuda madam has given us this opportunity, and our Venkatramarao and Vinay have taken this initiative and taken forward. So I thank all the coordinators and panelists for participating in the discussion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.